Welcome back to my Let's Play, well, my beginner's guide for Dwarf Fortress. This is part 7. We're going to be continuing our fortress called the Fated Swords. So, we'll get this loaded up. I did a little stuff in between the episodes where I just kind of made, I would say, I made it so that my dwarves have a bunch of tasks they need to do, some more mining they need to do. I'll kind of go over that a little bit. Let me zoom out. Oh, that's zoomed in. As you can see, I've kind of designated some more mining here. We got some more mining on this level where it has um, our bedrooms. And then I've also got more doors to be put in, more bedrooms to be made, a lot more stuff, some smoothing that needs to be done. Just so our dwarves got some stuff to do. But I'm leaving the kind of meat and potatoes of this operation to the episode itself. So at the end of the last episode, one of our dwarves took a fey mood, or a strange mood, and claimed our clother's shop. However, we do not have yarn cloth, so that is something we need to try to work on. I'm going to unpause, and hopefully our dwarves can start getting to work mining and doing all those designations that we needed them to do. I made this so that over here I'm going to have a storage for our bars. So any kind of coke block or coke bars, and then iron and steel will all be stored right here. I was not paying attention. That was all being brought up here and being used. Well, not used, but at least being stored up there. So they had to come grab it from there just to bring it back down when they could have just bring it straight across or putting it here and then doing that. So I'm gonna scroll up. We got our our workshop area right here. Got a carpenter workshop to be made. A little spot for our wood. And then also I will put down here, I didn't designate it before, but this will be our jeweler area too. So I'll designate a couple big rooms right here. Create the hallways in between. Plenty of space for our dwarves to work here. But this is where our jeweler is going to be made. We actually have a dwarf that has that jeweling skill, and we're going to start cutting gems so that they can start getting to work there. Good work here. Let's see if there's. Oh, we've only got ravens right now. Not sure what this dwarf is doing. Probably gonna, store more wood down in our stockpile. What I will do is I'll build another bridge over here. So that as soon as we need to, or as soon as we can, we'll dig out this area and dwarves can come in and out over here. But I've also got this so I can close it up really quick if I need to. One of the things I will do is I'll designate to get rid of some of these slopes around here. This will give us a little bit of extra time and make it so that the enemy, if they do come down here before we get this, they have to kind of take a little, like I said, a little bit longer route. And I can also put cage traps there. I've only designated these. I should probably designate these too, because once I mine this right here, this slope will automatically go away. And once I dig out these, they won't be slopes. So we should only have to dig out these ones right here because they are connected to the walls. So that is good. We got, let's see, mule. Can we get any yarn from a mule? Hopefully. I don't believe we can, but shear animal? Spin thread? Nope. We have got all our rock mechanisms made. I'm going to actually highlight this because that just shows us how much water is here. So we got, It's not completely deep, but 5 and 6, this is actually perfect because if I want to train my dwarves to swim, they can technically learn how to swim in this deep water. Once it gets to 7, they'll drown. But if I want, I could actually get my dwarves, create like a platform up here, have it so that it opens up, dwarves fall down into the water, and they're forced to swim. Which that is a great way to train your dwarves on swimming. Uh-oh. Now she is in a berserking rage. That is not good. I will have to designate her to be killed because she will go around and she will destroy and attack people. Clothier, whoop, has entered a martial trance. That is not good, but looks like she's already been struck down. Let's see what kind of fighting happened. Well, activate the clothier. So grab my little chick. Aw. Looks like got into a fight with a hen child. That's not good. There's probably a little chicken around here somewhere. Hopefully it's not dead, but twist the neck, carrying apart. Oh wow! Locks the chick. Right here is where our dwarves come in and they start doing work to her, and that is not good. We have unfortunately a dead dwarf on our hands, which means we will have to worry about setting up kind of a tomb area, and I'll do that down here on this level. Right, just like this. It won't be, and I will make it like that. It won't be big tombs. It'll be little small rooms, just like that. Well, actually, let's see what we can do for a better tomb. This might be make a little hallway right here, too wide, come down. It'll just be a room just like that, and have the tomb there. And I'll have just a couple. And I want to make sure I bury her because if I don't, then I might get what they ghosts haunting people, and that can frighten them and cause many other issues. So right now, let's get that coffin made. Let's high priority that. One thing I didn't go over before is over here in the advanced options for this, you can actually get a couple different mining things where, hey, dig only ore and gems selected, so I can get it so that if I select a piece of ore, they'll actually mine out that whole ore vein, or I can do dig only ore and sorry, dig only ore and gems. So if I highlight a whole area, any kind of ore or gems that are shown, it'll start digging. Then I got only dig only gems. And there's also a priority list over here where, hey, this is a high priority. I want you to mine this first. So I'm going to actually designate this little room here first so they can get that dug out. We got to make some more. Let's unselect all this. The alert was our dwarf being killed. Dead missing. We got now that first dwarf there. Let these guys get to work. Let's see. Check on our coffin right there. That's been made. I'm going to set up a hotkey for this level. And I will call this oops, workshops. So it's unfortunate that that happened so early, but it does, and well, we just have to make sure we get by. So it's under furniture, burial. And I will, oh, looks like there's a test to move that coffin, so let's let our dwarves get to work. And let's see, hopefully one dwarf comes down here and picks that up. Oh, someone's chicken died, and that was a pet chick, so that is actually bring a debuff to whoever's owned that chicken, which is definitely not good. But hopefully they'll get over it. And as you, oh, looks like she came and grabbed that coffin. And it's hopefully moving it to our storage right here. So I'm going back down to here, build furniture, burial, put a coffin right there. I'll put a door on this also, just a nice little shale door. And I'll also create a tomb right here, hit accept. So as soon as they get that coffin installed, they'll bring that body down and they'll bury her in that coffin. Good. Now her body's not being left out in the open. As you can see, only one of the items, just her left back tooth so far. But they will continue to bring more and more of her body down into that coffin until hopefully everything is picked up. Looks like more and more back teeth. They must have knocked her teeth out. So luckily our dwarves are pretty well fighters and no one else got hurt besides that chicken. And I will also have to create kind of a little tomb right here. Whoops. Put that back to 4 priority. Don't need that crazy. Dig that out also. And I will also create another coffin for the pets, because some pets, or people, like their pets being entombed in proper burials. So we'll come down to here. Hopefully as soon as that is made, get a limestone door right there. Burial, gotta wait for that to be made. But in the meantime, I can create a tomb right here. Accept, and this will be for pets. And as soon as I can get that coffin in, hopefully that will get made. Whoops. Furniture, burial. There's that shell coffin. And then there's that chicken. We'll have a little pet burial area on that side. Looks like they got this bridge put in. I want to get that hooked up to a lever as soon as possible. We'll just make limestone now. And then I'll also get another lever for our other kind of a bridge over here on this right here. That way I can close this up if they somehow make it through to this point. But we just want to make sure we have it so that any enemies are always guided to where we want them to be guided to. Got a couple cats that have grown up. That's a good thing. Snowstorm, weather is cleared. And maybe on this next buy around, we'll actually designate a lot more of those raw materials we may need to, in case we get another dwarf with the strange move, we'll have all the materials we need for that. Good. They're digging out this. I've kind of created a diagonal area down to a staircase. This will hopefully make it so that dwarves can go up and down, or we'll take this staircase if they're kind of in the bottom corner. Just help with pathing. Instead of having to go all the way this way and that, they'll just diagonal instead. So Make sure I go back to 4 priority. Everything is designated as 4 normally. Create a little doorway there. And create some doorways for these different rooms. And our dwarves are working hard at installing things, mining, and just overall, our fortress is looking not too bad. Got this area down here made out for our other workshops, our jewelers. So I'll set up a jeweler right here. We'll do it continuing to use those shale blocks. And then we'll also set up a, oh, they gotta mine out that last little spot. I can actually high priority that so that they come dig that out first. So as soon as the dwarf comes down there, we can create that, accept, and we will do any kind of gems can go in there. That means up here, we can view this stockpile, go to custom. We did get rid of a bunch of furniture, so we can actually do none for this, so they'll put the furniture downstairs in that other area. For the gems, I'll get rid of all the cut gems here, and that will hopefully now start making these guys start kind of hauling that stuff down into where we're going to actually store them. It's a good thing they mined out this area for our metal bars, but I want to get this set up. So we got jewelers, we can cut gems, whoops, and we can actually designate what gems to cut too. So say I have a decent amount of indigo tourmalines, and I'll get these ones all cut up. I'll do a repeat test, and they'll cut all those gems up, and they'll store them right here. So if we need those later on, we've got that. One other thing, craft dwarf, we need to set up quite a few rock crafts so that dwarves can start kind of collecting items, being able to obtain new items. So over here in our work orders, we'll do some more rock crafts. And I'll make probably a decent amount. I'll probably do 60 of these. And that should be good. And enter, and there we go. We'll let them get to work on that too. Hopefully some of our dwarves will come down and start making some rock crafts. Here's our broker, who's actually going to be our gem cutter slash gem setter. So if we got items like furniture, we can actually set gems into that furniture, increasing the value. But for now, I'm just going to get them to cut those, come down to our furnace area, and create a new workshop right here, because I'm imagining eventually we'll take this, and we'll move it over here, and then we'll create a couple more furnaces over here once we get some more industry set up, and we'll use that for, designate all of those, and coal will be good also, and that should be set up there. So they'll smelt it over here, they'll drop off the metal bars over here, and then we'll make it into whatever item we want over here. Yeah, we got a couple of steel bars already made, so that's a good thing. And with those steel bars, we can actually set up a couple tasks for a couple steel pieces of armor, honestly. We've got some weapons already made, but steel will do a couple of steel breastplates. So those will start being made. Let our dwarves get to work. These guys are out here just diligently working hard. We could probably link up those levers now. Yep. So F1. Link to that. Now I've come over here to this screen because we can actually set up some of these animals to become people's pets, and they'll just automatically, if dwarf likes that kind of animal, they'll adopt that pet and they'll become theirs with unique names and such. But one of the things with kittens and cats, the cats will actually adopt the person just at randomly. You can't designate that. Cats have that unique programming that they'll just automatically be like, "Hey, I'm now yours," or the dwarf will just automatically be like, "Hey, you're now mine." So as soon as this, yep, looks like they're working hard at linking that. I can link up this other one. Scroll all the way up to this level. Link that now. And let our dwarves continue to get to work. Hopefully these dwarves are grabbing the different items we have. Currently, it doesn't look like anyone has any kind of armor on yet, although we have some made. I might have to designate and tell them, hey, put this armor on. But for now, we'll just let it go. Let's see. Equipped. Update equipment. And there we go. I had to just click update and they'll go and they'll actually grab those different items. Now all of them are grabbing shields, so that's a good thing. And they'll start practicing and getting better with their shield skill. All right. Well, that's unfortunate that this dwarf in our food area over here did go mad. However, now I can actually, I don't need these walls anymore, so I can designate them to be deconstructed. I believe, let's see which one that is. Designate constructed items, so I can designate all this stuff to be deconstructed. It looks like I accidentally still have it in priority 1. Now, do that so that get rid of that, and it'll all be a normal priority. They've deconstructed all of that. Ooh, reindeer calf. I guess I missed that for our area. That is very unfortunate also. Another debuff to another one of our dwarves. We'll have to make another coffin. And let's just go up here. I'll go through this, and any animal that I think might need that, you know, I'll put the buck rabbit in just in case. The llama especially. And then I doesn't need the sow, I know that. But that llama will definitely need to be used, and I could probably shear that one. Nope. Well, that was another unfortunate thing with our dwarves over there. I believe our, yep, right here. And we'll mine out another little walkway. Get that designated to be mined out, and we can get that set up also for more tombs. Looks like our sword dwarf, whereas this now has become a sword master. So he's definitely glad that he has improved on that. A lot of dwarves get good interactions when they're improving their skills and such, so that is very good. Hopefully this is a happy dwarf. I'm not sure where you can see it on this screen, but I can come down here and I can click this and I can scroll down to the sword master and see, oh, he's a happy dwarf. It looks like a lot of our warrior dwarves are happy, so that's a great thing. I'll probably, ooh, why are you unhappy? She does get bored after being unable to practice a martial skill. I can remedy that. I might create just a small kind of training group for dwarves that train maybe a couple months out of the year, just like once here, once there, and allow them to get that extra kind of like happiness from doing that. And I'll probably set that up right now. Let's do another. We'll do leather armor this time, just because there's no one in particular. We'll do all these random dwarves that don't have any particular. There's my mechanic. Vista sector, and the carpenter also. Back to squads, and I want to select them, look at their schedule, like the monthly, and we'll do edit, whoops, done editing, off duty for most of the months, except for the very first month of spring and the very first month of fall time. I'll probably do the first month of the winter time, and I'll make it the first month of summer. 3, 4, and we'll get that all set up there. I want them on staggered training. And we also need to set up a place for them to train, which is all these areas right here are going to be spots for them to train in. So I'll set up a zone right here. It'll be barracks. And I want these guys to be able to train in here during that time. Now it is early spring, but come the summertime, we will have that chance to just do a little bit of training, get that happiness boost from doing that. Looks like we've got all this dug out, so I can designate these for more beds and bedrooms. Create more areas for them to work and get that set up. And that is good. Everyone's not too good. All our gems are finished. And then I will get this now. Summertime, I want leave follow. That way they'll stop using this, and I'll leave this so that nothing else gets dug there. And hopefully they can get these all set up. Perfect. Plump helmets. This will be our main plump helmet farming area. This next one I want to do, it'll be during the summertime, pigtails. Pigtails are what we use to create string and such. We process those plants and we use that to make string. And then during this last one, for now I'll leave it as it is, but dimple cups are made for used for blue dye. Core bushes, I believe, are for, we make those into nuts, and we can use those nuts to create oil for more cooking. We got cave wheat for beer, which I might have those selected for cave wheat actually. We'll harvest the cave wheat and we can make beer out of that. Come down here, it looks like we've got plenty of space for more drinks to be brewed. So we'll queue up a couple different spots over here. We'll process some plants. It looks like we got nothing to process. We can't shear any animals. Oh, we can. And it looks like, yep, they're going to shear that llama. So I'll designate both of these to be repeated. And I'll go through all of our animals this year and see if we can milk any animals. Ooh, we can. So it looks like they're going to get on to milking animals and to shearing animals. That is a great thing for us. And now this wool will be turned into, I believe, string or yarn. Yep, yarn. and they'll get to work with that, and they will automatically weave that yarn into cloth. And with the milk, they'll start making cheese and milking that in our kitchen. Let's heat up some easy meals. If we do lavish meals, it'll use the product, but with the easy meals, they'll make the plump helmets, and we should get the seeds back from that. It doesn't look like we got the seeds back, but it's a good thing we are queuing up a couple of these. Let's actually get rid of some of these and let them only create a couple of these. Hopefully that'll bring our happiness up. We should have these levers, yep, all set up. So over here now I can designate this spot to be dug out, and that'll make it so that our dwarves will, whoops, did I? I designated those as channels and not to remove that. So that is perfectly fine. We can remedy that, and we'll just put floors over top of it. Nothing special, just we don't have to do that, but just to make it so it's nice and even. All our shale blocks down here. Looks like we need some more bins to store this stuff in. So we'll create some more wooden bins. And we'll do probably like 30 of those. Plenty of that stuff to be made up. So I can actually deconstruct this now that we have this area over here set up with all our wood, and hopefully as they take more limestone to be used for other things, this will clear up more spots for pieces of wood, and plus we got plenty of gems here that need to be put into bins, so that's a good thing for us to knock out also. One of our dwarves would become a hammer lord, so that's good. They've gotten much better with their weapon skills. And then once I feel like these dwarves are sufficiently skilled in different levels of combat, I can get that so that they're not only doing the training, but you can see they're starting to not be able to do other things, so we'll get them start working at that. Plenty of rock crafts being made up. Hopefully those dwarves are grabbing that stuff. And that is looking pretty good. We'll see right here. These are some gloves and stuff that dwarf lost when they died. Undesignate that stuff so people can grab that. We got all our plump helmets being planted over here. Oh, we've got that all set up. All our yarn's been converted into cloth, and we got plenty of alcohol being brewed up over here. Plenty more plump helmet spawns being made for them to plant up here. All our milk has been made, and all our cheese has been made from that. And we'll keep a couple more easy meals. One of the things we can do, if we come over here to, I believe, our objects, labor. Labor, we can go to the kitchen. We can designate what we want actually to be cooked up. So we got all these eggs, all the plump helmets to be cooked up, all this dwarven wine. We don't want to use dwarven wine to cook stuff up. We want that to be saved for alcohol purposes. So we'll undesignate that. But it looks like this should be pretty good. And as we get more stuff, we can actually designate more and more to be or not be used for food, or to be used for food. So it looks like we're getting plenty of cats in. And we got starting to get quite a few. And at this point, I want to start kind of cutting back on some of the animals that we have. So up here, yep, I will just designate. Let's go down one floor. On this floor, we'll create a little space for these dwarves to actually do some of that cooking and harvesting. Let's clear this out. We'll set up a couple butchers, a couple tanners, so our dwarves can start butchering animals when we need to. Ooh, before I forget, I need to come back down here to our area and probably set up that other place for that animal to be buried, the other pet. Oops. Door right there. A limestone door, and then we got to set up that last zone for last tomb. Except, and we want animals to be going there, and then they should designate that for that last pet, maybe or maybe not. This one's already been used for that chicken. For now, well, we'll leave it like that. If we get more animals, that's fine. They got plenty of rock crafts made up. And one of the things we want to also do is create a bunch of cabinets and chests so that dwarves can get those in their rooms. We'll make them out of rock. Nothing special. We'll get 40 of these, and we'll also get rock coffers. So that is what the chests are when they're referred to as when they're rocks. If you want to make wooden chests, that's fine, but I got plenty of rock to be used. This has all been smoothed out. That'll actually increase the value and happiness for dwarves in this area. So this dwarf is looking pretty happy. We got a couple of dwarves that are definitely on the unhappy side. We'll check those out and see if there's anything we can do to make them happier. He's just unhappy from being unable to do some of these other tasks. But for now, we really can't do anything for that until we get another dwarf to come and do those tasks. But this is coming along. We're getting some more steel in here, so that is really good. And we can actually designate some more armor to be made up. Make some more. And we'll make some steel helms. And our dwarves will get onto that. Now, as far as stuff to be made, steel is really good. I believe it's copper, then bronze and iron, and then steel, and then all the way down to adamantine. But adamantine is a little bit more difficult to get. Good, we got some more migrants coming in. Good thing we're starting to set up some more bedrooms. And I will start designating these for those bedrooms. Oops, not the dormitory. Bedroom. Unfortunately. And accept and just click through here. I know on the original Dwarf Fortress there was macros. I'm not quite sure how to get to macros on here, but this is perfectly fine to just kind of click through here. Get these all set up for our next group of dwarves coming in. I'll set up some bedrooms down here. I'll actually use this tool so I can be a little more accurate. Except some more bedrooms right here. And just continue down the line. Down to the very last unique looking one right here, right now. Except, and then for bedrooms, I go back to this tool, which just lets me select a square. Oops. There we go. We got those bedrooms set up. Now we need to make sure we get some beds in there. Also open these other ones that don't quite have beds yet. There we go. Dwarves should start claiming bedrooms. Alright, looking in, we got a couple of, looks like a new carpenter, metalsmith, gem setter, woodcrafter, a couple gelders, dyer, herbalist, shearer, a siege operator, and then some peasants. Peasants, I always am perfectly fine with getting these. These are raw, just don't have anything to really worry about. Looks like this guy's a high master poet, master speaker, adequate teacher. And I'll select these guys. I'll actually get some new dwarves in here. So I'm actually gonna first go to this group. I want to see what I can get as far as, we got a talented spear dwarf. That's perfectly fine. This is another spear dwarf. That's our new siege operator. And then we got a mace dwarf. So we, a couple of spears and a mace is what we need to make sure we build for these guys. So I'll come down here and these will be made out of steel. Steel spear, another one, steel spear, and then a final steel mace. And looking at this, it looks like that first group should have every single different type of warrior dwarf that we have possible. But with that new migrant, I will end the episode, and what I'm going to do in between episodes, I'll get some more labors kind of like gone through. I'll set more designations for digging, some more designations for building like doors and such, and we'll get that all gone through, and I'll kind of clean up a lot of this stuff and make it so that everyone's got something to do. Jeweler, you know, there's a gem setter, although I much prefer one person just kind of be the jeweler. Carpenter, well, you can be a carpenter also. But like I said, I will go through there and I'll kind of designate everyone to be doing different things. Let's see. You can be a weaponsmith also. A couple of skilled brewers. But there we go. You guys can be, don't need that. Maybe the carpenter and the stonecrafter up here. Make sure everyone who is not a miner designated to be doing that. I'll leave these planters alone too so that they don't get disturbed just dealing with planting, because I know that can be tedious. It looks like a lot of our doors are set up orderlies or for any kind of once we get our hospital dealt with, but for now none of our dwarves are we have to worry about that. And hopefully, I don't know if our ranger has the necessary stuff to go. No? does not have a crossbow, but we can get that set up also. We'll probably make a steel crossbow for her, or we can honestly just make wooden ones. It doesn't really matter. But for now, that should be good, and I'll end the episode there. Thank you guys for joining me as we continue the Fated Swords. My plan for this series is we'll create this kingdom fortress, and we'll decide later on if it's so big that, hey, we just want to opt out of here, create a new fortress in this world, and play on that, or if we just want to continue until this fortress completely fails. But that is the joy of this game. Thank you for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful day.